Hello again and welcome to our February 2022 edition of Quick Kit. Links to everything we mentioned will be down in the description below. Let's get into it. Panasonic has released the long-awaited Lumix GH6. I'm sure you've already heard or at least read about this by now, but long story short, the camera is using a new 4x3 25.2 megapixel sensor that features a new dynamic range boost mode that really pushes what is possible with such a small sensor. The ability to record a huge range of great formats and codecs, with the highlight being the addition of ProRes 422 and 42HQ 5.7K. A lot more has been added, which we cover in our massive in-depth review, which you can check out via the link in the description. Quasar Science have been a big name in lighting over in the US for a few years now, but limited availability in the UK and Europe has made them hard to buy and rent until now. Vitek, the parent company of some of the biggest brands in the industry, have acquired Quasar Science and recently relaunched their Rainbow 2s and Double Rainbows with stock available for the UK and European market. We've had them in the studio for a couple of months to test, so if you have any questions, let us know down in the comments. Meike has announced their new RF to EF control ring adapter. We really liked their filter adapter, which was also designed for RF cameras, but this is a great option for those not wanting the filtration but wanting a straight pass-through adapter that's affordable and has the same control ring function as the Canon version. We've been using one in the studio for a while now, as we use RF cameras all of the time, and it performs exactly as it should. It's just a simple product. We looked at the DZO Catta Zoom a few months back now, and DZO has now released the ACE version. It's great to see DZO releasing these lenses, as they have improved a lot over the regular Cattas. First off, the lens comes with two interchangeable mounts out of the box, PL and EF, with LPL being an optional extra. These new mounts make them much more versatile for people looking to use them across loads of different camera systems and especially for rentals. They are heavier than the previous Cattas, but that's because the body is now made from black aluminium alloy, like their Vespid Primes or Pictor Zooms, which do feel more solid than the original Catta Zooms. The image circle has also officially changed from 43.5mm on the original Zooms to 46.5mm image circle on the new one, so it can officially cover larger sensors like the Alexa LF and the Red V-RAPTOR. These will be a bit more expensive than the regular Cattas, but I can see them being more popular because of their versatility. Let us know in the comments what you think of them. SmallRig has released two new lighting fixtures, the 120D and the 120B, as well as a bunch of new accessories for them. We covered them in a previous video, which you can check out via the link in the description below. However, one thing we did not put in the video was a fan test, so I thought I would include one in this video. This is a clip that we recorded after running both of the fixtures for an hour straight at 100%. To me, they sound fine, and I'd have no trouble using them in this kind of situation as a main piece of the camera light. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Earlier this month, DJI announced an update for the Ronin 4D that states the system will not have ProRes RAW recording internally at release, but they will be adding ProRes 4444XQ in an upcoming firmware update in 2022. And the price has been lowered to £5,659, including VAT. We are planning to do some content with the Ronin 4D, but we've been waiting to get an E-mount in so we can shoot some proper tests, and ta-da, we finally have it. So we will be starting production on that video as soon as possible, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see that as soon as it comes out. And if you have any questions or requests, let us know. There have been a bunch of different products come out for the Red V-RAPTOR over the past month, so we're going to quickly rattle through them all now. Both Tilta and 8sin have released their rigs. The Tilta rig looks just as fully fleshed out as the rest of their ecosystems. Their battery plate looks like a pretty good solution to use larger V or gold mount batteries. However, this isn't currently Red approved, so if you end up ordering one, do so at your own risk. The 8sin kit looks like a really good selection of hardware rigging, such as top plates, side plates, and a support foot for their RF to PL mount, which is a super low profile way of getting a rock solid PL mount. The Hawker's dual mini V-lock plate for the Raptor has been floating around online for a couple of months now, but it is now officially available and in stock on our website. It's a very simple plate, but works pretty decently. You can hot swap between two mini V-lock batteries, and it has a couple of DTAP outputs as well. Kipatai has announced the Strata, which is their rock solid RF to PL mount. It bolts directly onto the camera at 4 points using the threads on the front of the camera. This means you don't have any play in the mount, which you may do if you're using a regular RF to PL mount without supporting it. However, what I'm really excited to see is the Strata PL-ND, which uses an incredible mechanical looking system to swap between 4 full VistaVision size pure optical ND filters. This means the same excellent performance as their Revolver system, but for the Raptor in a better form factor. It is priced high, but looks awesome. GDU released a set of accessories for the Raptor, including their Quantum series of products. This consists of a full rig, side handle, top handle, side rosette adapter, EVFR, mini L bracket, flat cheese plate and threaded mount for 15mm rails. GDU also introduced the Atlas handle, which can be used on both the Raptor and the Komodo. These look really nice. I'm looking forward to getting some more of this kit in so we can check it out and see how it fits in with some different Raptor configurations. Angelbird has released a range of new CF Express cards over the past month, with their latest 2TB one being a new option for Raptor owners that is Red approved. Red have also released the same card rebranded as Red for the same price as their 660GB card. This is because Red is giving you two options, the 660 which is rated for more writes but has a smaller capacity, and the 2TB which has a larger capacity but less lifetime writes compared to the 660GB. The other Angelbird releases could be great for other cameras, but we don't recommend using Red unapproved media with the Raptor. It's really great to see more accessories coming out for the Raptor, and as soon as we get our hands on more, we'll make sure to do a how to upgrade video so we can talk through everything. Canon has discontinued a large portion of their EF primes, which has taken their primes in production down from 21 to just 9. Here's a list of those still in production. So, does this mean that now is the time to run out and grab yourself a set of EF primes, ready for the prices to inflate up to the prices that FD primes are now selling for? Well, personally, I can't see that happening anytime soon, purely because of how many of these lenses have been sold. But if you see yourself wanting to grab any of the EF primes in the next few years, it's definitely worth picking up what you can now, as it does seem that over the next few years, Canon will stop making them altogether. Canon also announced 2 new RF super teles, the 800mm f5.6L IS-USM and 1200mm f8L IS-USM. They feature a new optical design that is partly responsible for the reduction in weight compared to their EF counterparts. I'm sure for wildlife filmmakers these will be a welcomed release, especially with the R5C and Raptor now being on the market. Right, let's get into our quick-fire honourable mentions. Links to details about these are in the description below. Axoon has announced a new bundle for their Cine 2S Pro kit, which includes 1 TX and 2 RX. Arri released SUP 6.1.2 for the Alexa Mini and Amira. Blackmagic released update 3.5.2 for the Video Assist 5-inch and 7-inch 12G HDR models. Deity released the VO7U, their new dynamic USB microphone, which looks like an interesting new option for podcasting and streaming. Elgato released the Stream Deck pedal, which is essentially a foot control macro pad that you can use to pretty much do anything. Godox announced their new latest tube light, the TL120, which is 117cm long, has a built-in battery, and has a 30-watt draw. Joby announced a range of audio products, the Wavo Pro, Pod, and Air. Laowa has released the 85mm f5.6 2x Ultra Macro for L mount. NewTek announced the PTZ3, an IP-based PTZ with integrated support for NDI HX3. OM System has announced its latest Micro Four Thirds camera, the OM1. Red has released firmware 1.6.4 for the Komodo, which adds loads of new features such as time-lapse and undercranked frame rate support. Samyang has released the AF135mm f1.8 for E-mount cameras. Sigma has announced the 20mm f2 DGN-DN Contemporary for E and L mount, as well as 3 contemporary APS-C X mount primes, a 16, 30 and 56mm f1.4. They have also released version 2.0 firmware for the FPL, which adds false colour as well as a range of other small improvements. Swit released their new mini V-Lock, the Minnow S140. Tiffin has announced new ND and polarizer filters for the DJI Mavic 3. Zoom has announced the availability of the Q8N 4K, and they also released pricing of their F3, which is roughly £360 including VAT. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you subscribe ready for next month's quick kit, and let us know what kit you've picked up this month in the comments below. I can't believe that we've been doing quick kit for over a year now. Thank you so much for everyone who's watched over the time, and I'll see you in the next one.